Hello. Hello. Another Sunday. Yet another Sunday that I'm stuck at home. My dog started to look at me funny. What you saying, dog? What you saying? Are you fed up of having mummy at home? Oh, God. What's going on here? Hello, hello. How are you, my lovelies? Now, there's only 3 people watching this, so we're going to wait until that picks up a bit because we have some interesting stories today and a couple of interesting guests going to join us that haven't been on the channel yet. Oh, Simon. Good morning, dear. How are you, Simon? How is it down under? Hi, Andy. Happy Sunday to you all. I was just sunbathing. Hi, Jamie. I was just sunbathing outside. God damn, that was glorious. Right. Down is doing splendid, is it now? The weather is finally nice here, finally picking up. Happy Sunday, Spagfoot. Right, there's a few of you on now. Should we get our first guest? Jamie, how's lockdown going? I'm going crazy. I'm wearing hats indoors. It's the first time I've worn makeup and I don't know how long. But yeah, it's going good. It is what it is. You just got to deal with it, you know? But I do miss driving a lot. I've just realised I maybe shouldn't have worn a dress today. But anyway. And we have a call. Who could this be? Oh, Father.
So here I am, for God's sake. What the hell is going on? Are we doing this in landscape or portrait?
I'm doing it in portrait because I need to place the phone somewhere.
Oh.
I miss work. Who'd have thought it? I know, Jamie, right? Right. Turn yourself around.
Won't it look better in landscape?
We'll have nowhere to put you. Just turn it round. You're live anyway, so just turn it round. There we go.
But no, okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn it around like this. In my stand thing. Okay.
You guys are never going to guess who this is.
For my phone. Okay.
See if you guys can guess who this is. I just realised I've got a chewing gum in I must get rid of.
You've got a chewing gum in?
There we go. Let's see. Let's see who can guess who this is. So we're not gonna say names yet, but we just need to guess. So, mystery guess of today.
Who am I?
Mystery guess of today. I hope that you're very impressed with my setup. My technological setup. So I am using my phone to do a YouTube live, and then I'm getting my special guest to call me on my other phone.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
But it works. This is the 3rd week in a row I've been doing it. Right, Simon.
Where can I find this on YouTube?
Just go onto my channel.
YouTube,
just go on.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah.
Exactly. Just go on my channel. There it is. And then from there you can follow the chat too, right? So there's 13 of us currently at the moment doing this, and Simon Cook. Now Simon is claims to be my #1 Aussie fan. There's a few disputes over that between him and some other Aussie fans of mine, but I do get a lot of love and support from him, which is always appreciated, so thank you. He wants to know, are you famous? Well,
in my circles, I suppose.
Exactly. exactly. I don't think you're getting stopped down the street just yet, but in your circles you are for sure. Right?
My circles, yeah.
There we
And
go.
there are many of these circles.
There are. So, as you know, this is a car channel. Now, we haven't been able to drive for a number of weeks because today we start week 7 of our Spanish lockdown. So I haven't been able to do any of my videos, and I'm trying to get interesting people on that can keep my fans entertained. So just tell me, what is the most exciting car you've ever owned? Just quick answers. What's the most interesting car you've ever owned?
Ferrari 360.
Okay, now everyone on the channel knows a lot about that because a lot of my followers are Fez's followers, and he had a 360.
Yes.
So we're all very, very familiar with that car. What is the most exclusive car that you have owned? Because I remember there was a brand that you had quite a few models of, and I don't think many people are going to know that brand unless they've come across it in a magazine or something. Which manufacturer is this?
Are you referring to Caterham?
I may be, or to TVR.
TVR? I had 4 TVRs.
I know you did.
Oh my goodness. I had 2 Chimeras, which had the Rover V8 in them, 4 litres Rover V8. They were a bit hairy, a bit wiggly and soft and spongy as well. But then I went all hardcore and got probably the finest car they ever made, called the Cerberus.
Right.
And I had 2 of those. I had a 4.2 and I traded it in for a 4.5. Utterly wasting money in the meantime, of course. Laying waste to my bank account. But holy crap. I mean, this thing, I don't know if you know, but Cerberus is named after Cerberus, who in mythology, is it Roman or Greek? I want to say Greek. In mythology, Cerberus is a 2-headed dog that guards the gates of hell.
Oh, lovely.
So that tells you everything you need to know about the car.
And
Exactly
reliability-wise, what were they like? Because I know they didn't have the best
I never had a problem. I never had more than 6 inches of water inside it. It never took me more than 3 AA call-outs to get it started.
Amazing.
It was absolutely brilliant. Yeah,
Oh, incredible. And what happened to TVR?
Well, the founder died. Well, he wasn't the founder, actually, but he was the guy who was responsible for this wonderful era of snarling beasts that I was so lucky to be part of. Peter Wheeler was his name. And he died, and then it kind of lost its DNA.
It's lovely
they
DNA.
were taken over by various kind of consortia, investors. And it all just turned to poo, basically. So
yeah, they
I
hardly
believe
made
they're
it
having
to
a
Spain.
revival. I mean, they've mooted the car that they're going to launch.
Do they need to though? Exactly. Do we need this in the motor trade? Do we need a revival of the TVRs?
Well, if it was anything like the 1999 Sober 4.5 that I had, yes.
Okay.
I mean, I remember a dashback from Silverstone. I was testing a racing car that I owned at the time.
Do you think there's room for it then, as the market is today? Do you think there's room for that?
Well, a few of them. I mean, there's room for anything, isn't there? When people pay, I don't know, what's the record at Pebble Beach? Is it like $13 million for a Ferrari? There's room for everything in this world, isn't there?
Well, let's see what happens after this economic crisis that we have ahead of us, but I'm sure there will be room for everything. So on the chat right now,
guessed who I am yet?
On the chat right now, we have people asking if you're Jeremy Clarkson. Minerva RS is saying TVR, love, love, love. Fez is saying hi. Someone's asking if you're Boris Johnson because they've heard a cough.
The SJM 1971. I've also had a couple of Caterham Superlights.
I saw the top of his head look like Prince Harry.
So it's not Prince Andrew. I'll take any of the princes.
Oh, how funny. Right, Fez is saying there is a new TVR Como.
Coming. I think he means coming.
Como G, but it's very delayed. Well,
Yes.
I think that was one of their main issues anyway, wasn't it? They always had issues like that. So after all of your cars that you've had, what was your first car? What got you started? Was it a Ford Cortina?
It was not. My first
What
car
was
was
it?
a Sunbeam Alpine. If any of your viewers watched that, know what that is, I'll be very surprised. So it's a British sports car from the 1960s. And I called it my Flintstone car because there was a hole in the floor behind the pedals.
Was it meant to be?
It wasn't designed that way. I think the oxidization process took care of that.
Lovely.
So that was a bit shit. I paid 50 quid for that, and it failed its first MOT. The big selling point, as I recall, was the guy said, "Look, don't worry, it's got 3 months MOT. It'll be fine." So it was on the road for 3 months, clearly, and then had to be squashed into a ball like all the others. And then I really ramped up my game. I bought a Citroen Diane. Anybody know what that is?
I have no idea what that is, but we do have... Oh, Daisy's saying Agent 86's car. I don't know who Agent 86 is, but yes.
Actually, yeah. That may have been a Sunbeam Tiger with the V8 engine in it. Mine just had a 4-cylinder, which made it crap and pathetic. So the Citroen Diane, right? Check these out, guys. You know the 2CV, the De Chauffeur, legendary car.
Mm-hmm.
So they made a hatchback version of that for some strange reason, with a folding cloth roof, a rolling cloth roof, shall we say. And the highlight of that was that all the seats would come out very easily, just on a clip.
Perfect. That's what I've always wanted.
So we would go, this was literally in my late teens, early 20s, into fields of daisies, as I recall them.
I don't know if I want to know the rest of it.
Take all the seats down, have a picnic.
Oh,
okay. On the car seats.
I didn't think that's where the story was heading. I'm glad.
But that was quite a car. I mean, totally different to any other car I can ever imagine. The gear lever stuck out from the dash and it was like a push-pull thing on a rail. The suspension was soft and spongy, like an airbed. So every corner would have you heeling over at maybe 20 degrees.
Oh, I love it.
Absolutely insane.
That could be like a great ab and core workout, though, no? If you like trying to keep yourself up all the time. Everyone back then was like ripped.
Can't go to the gym, just get a Citroen Diane. Yeah.
Well, that would work apart from the fact that we're not allowed to drive anywhere at the moment. But yeah, so you're in the UK, I'm in Spain, and how is lockdown there?
Well, we're feeling locked down, although there are various tribes of imbeciles that seem to be roaming around as if nothing's going on. What was it? There was a picture. What's that posh bit in Primrose Hill? That's right. So there was a picture from yesterday, I think it was. Just
everyone sunbathing.
Like 100 people in the high street wandering around. So yeah, all a bit mad. I mean, I don't know. There's political factions here, of course, but I just kind of believe it's a real thing. I don't try and make up my own stories about what.
I mean, there's so much out there right now of speculations and conspiracies. I'm just staying away from it. The only thing I know is that by law I am not allowed to leave the house unless it's to go to the supermarket.
Right.
You know, and further from there, what can I do? Even if there is a massive conspiracy and it's all to do with something else, I don't believe there's anything I can do about it. So it is what it is.
You are a law-abiding citizen, aren't you?
Exactly. I try to be, apart from speed limits sometimes. So let's see what's going on with the chat. So we have, Daisy was saying Agent 86. Fez is saying Citroen Diane. I think that was a take on the 2CV.
It was exactly. Yeah. It was the 2CV incarnate, but with a squarer kind of body that had a lift-up tailgate. So 600cc, 602cc.
Wow.
Twin-cylinder Vauxhall engine.
That must have roared.
It was the slowest car I've ever driven, I think, apart from
Well,
some of my racing cars.
continuing on. So you've done a lot of racing. You've been in tons and tons of racetracks all around Europe. So one day you and I will sit down and do a video, and you can tell us all about that because it is a part that is lacking immensely in my channel. I have a lot of people wanting me to do track days and stuff like that. And as you know, it's not really my thing. I love cars, but I like the road more than tracks. But one day we will get together and do something like that. But from your days of racing, then you have also become inclined to figuring out if electric cars are the future, if this is the way we're going, and if one can actually live with an electric car being a petrol head. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I already have some previous there because I was working with a client some years back who was a Nissan dealer. And I had one of the early Leafs. So he kind of let me drive it for a couple of years. And we plugged it in at home and charged it up. It was the range was a bit feeble then, 85 miles realistically range. So you couldn't really go very far, unless you plan to take a long time to get there.
But you did do a couple of challenges, right? You went from the Midlands down to Cornwall, was it? Or down to the beach or something somewhere?
Yeah, not quite that far. I went to Bristol.
Right.
And back. And, it was all right. We managed to find an IKEA when we got there that had a charging point in the car park. But, that was years ago.
Yeah.
So where we are today, you can buy an electric car now with a genuine 250-mile range. And I challenge most people, to declare truthfully that they regularly travel more than 250 miles.
Yeah.
In one direction without stopping. So I think range anxiety is a thing of the past and becoming more so. By the time the lease runs out on my hybrid in October, I'll be confident buying an electric car without doubt. I can charge it at home. I mean, Christ, we do like 4,000 miles a year at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, in your case, because you work from home, so in your case,
this is my global command center.
Yeah.
Here's Johnny's place. So anything and everything that I could possibly think of doing for the rest of my life to earn any money, I can do from here.
And what is it that you do?
I work with coaches and therapists, public speakers, trainers, people like that, personal brands, you might say, to help them find more of their ideal clients more easily without paid advertising. So I'm a kind of, organic social media reach kind of guy. I've got a Facebook group with 4,200 people in it, that kind of thing. But they're all on point, very, very focused, ideal clients. So we have a great time in there. I'm doing a challenge, 5-day challenge this week to get them using Facebook groups themselves.
Yeah, well, it's a great time to be innovating, isn't it?
People going to show up on that. So it's a great time to be alive doing all this stuff, I think.
Well, we do actually have a question from Spagfoot. Well, we have Fezzer asking, where's Dino? Let me show them. There he is. He's passed out on the floor. And then,
I'm just about to.
And then we had Spagfoot say, is this lovely gent your dad by any chance? Well, there's still a DNA test to be placed in order there. But what is your name? What is your name, special guest?
My name is Johnny Cooper. Hello.
And do you have anything to do with Mini Cooper, John Cooper Works? Anything to do with that?
No, I've never driven one. I find them quite bizarre, actually. If I were to have a Mini Cooper, it would be one of the original BMC Minis, Austin Minis.
But to answer everyone's question,
lardy, heavy, chubby little things with no.
Well, we've done a few videos, but yes, guys, he is my father. Welcome, father. Welcome to the channel.
Welcome, daughter. I feel truly honoured to be here.
Manilva RS is saying, can we get a well soon for Felicity? A get well soon for Felicity before she goes away tomorrow for repairs. So Manilva RS is a good friend of mine, and he has a Focus RS, which I hope to take off his hands one day because I'm in love with that car. And Manilva,
May I please address the rat?
You can't give me 1 second. Manilva, please share with the rest of the community via this chat what you did to my car the other day. Thank you. Simon was saying, I was wondering where Dino was. Maybe he's the next special guest. Maybe. He's just sleeping all day, this dog. And go on, Rat. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah, Ratty Baby, great point. Can we justify buying one because battery tech's accelerating so quickly?
Yep.
This is an electric car, by the way. It'll be worthless in 24 months. I lease all my cars, so I do not give monkeys. Let somebody else suffer the outrageous depreciation. I just pay monthly for mine, hand it back, get another one.
Simon Cooks, I'm your number 1 fan, Mr. Cooper, getting in first. Simon Cook is now saying he's your number 1 fan in Australia. He will soon be asking you for a t-shirt or some type of memorabilia.
I don't even have a YouTube channel. I'm scared of being shit at it and not having anybody on it, you know.
Well,
so yeah.
We were speaking the other day because my dad isn't camera shy in the slightest, as you can see. He's a natural, because it's what he does every day. He speaks to people that aren't actually in his room. And we were talking about perhaps doing a podcast every now and again. Right?
I'd be happy to do that with you on board with me. I think that would take away the fear of failure.
Well, we won't fail because we're utterly hilarious and full of information.
Well, people want less information, don't they? They want entertaining.
But we're full of information. My followers know that they get no information of any cars that I drive, because normally Fezza and I are just Googling data and stats as we go along. We're actually in the car.
Yeah.
But
on the fly.
Exactly, because anyone nowadays can type anything in Google and get the answer to it. But what I try to get over to the people watching my videos is the actual experience of how I'm feeling, you know, what the car is telling me, and then I like to speak to people who have owned the cars to find out pros and cons and all of that kind of stuff. So that's the kind of information I like to give across, and I think we should do a little trial.
Okay.
We'll do a trial and see how it goes.
Well, we're thinking of not doing it on cars, aren't we? We're going to do it on life and love and the universe and all its contents, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Well, I only got into this because of Fezza. Fezza's telling us to feel the fear and do it anyway. Feel the fear. Damn.
Yay. So Manilva's still going on about his Focus with its terrible turning circle. I've made much the distance to a curb in a 3-point turn. Oh, I feel your pain. I've done that before.
Manilva, I am going to offer you less, just so you know, even if you get that alloy fixed, my offer, because it's been in a crash. And I've got photo evidence. He sent me a photo the second he did it, bless him.
Yeah.
I did give him some shit for it.
The worst wheel I ever curbed was on my Maserati Cambio Corsa Spider.
The blue one?
The blue one, yeah. I had it like a week. And it was this beautiful, I mean, 18 was kind of the benchmark in those days. Like an 18-inch wheel. I curbed the shit out of it. And I took it in and they charged me 400 quid.
I love how badly you curb that alloy that you actually curb the shit out of it.
Yeah, there was no shit left in it at all. Every piece of shit had disappeared from it. Oh, God.
You saw the photo, Victoria. It was horrific. It was, Manilva. It was shocking. Simon Cook is saying, can you tell us a fun car story involving Victoria, please, Mr. Cooper? Fezza, I did not trash the wheel on the Beamer. It was a tiny scratch, and it wasn't my fault. So there. Anyway.
Well, can I dob you in? I mean, if we don't mention any dates and times, the police won't be able to charge you with this. But I've been in your orange Fiat. Tell me what.
Grande. It was a Grande Punto Sport. It was a 1.9 multi-jet diesel engine.
Picking me up from Malaga Airport at some point in the past, allegedly, where you're steering with your knee, something in one hand, was it something you were eating? A bar of chocolate or something, phone in the other, texting on the motorway, on the Autostrada, whatever you call it.
I mean, we're in Spain, so it's Autovia, but yeah.
Autobahn, right?
We're on the Autobahn.
Like 140k, and I'm hanging on for grim death thinking, I'm a racing driver and I wouldn't do that. That's just bizarre.
I have no recollection of this.
So clearly you don't do that anymore. You're now a responsible law-abiding citizen. And I may, disclaimer, I may have just made the whole thing up.
Exactly. Who's to say? But my favourite car memory with you, I have two that I hold very, very fondly in my heart. So one of them, the first one, is when we would do the odd road trip from the Midlands up to Leeds to visit my grandma and granddad, who were your parents. And we would go up there, and I knew that when we got up there, I was going to have loads of home-baked goodies ready for me, like the Jaffa cake, like the traffic light cakes.
Traffic light cakes.
My grandma would make me traffic light cakes, and she used to make the...
Hands up in the comments, anybody who's ever had a traffic light cake. It's a bun that's that shape with Smarties on it.
But it's got white icing on it, and then red, yellow, and green Smarties to make it look like a traffic light. They were the best. They would make me so happy. I would always leave the red one for the last. I would start from the bottom.
So what's the motoring story there then?
The motoring story is that we used to have road trips, and we would stop and we'd buy Lucozade and we'd buy goodies. And I would find it mesmerising when we'd stop on the side of the road, because in Spain at that point, we didn't have those massive side of the road, pit stop areas where you could literally buy everything and anything. We only had small little petrol stations.
Motorway services, you
mean? Exactly, but we didn't have those. We didn't have those. We had no pit stop areas. No pit stop areas.
I wonder where you learned English.
We had no pit stop areas. Yeah. So, but you had, in the glove box, you had a book with road signs, the explanation of road signs.
Yes.
Do you remember? But you would make up. I'd say, "What's this road sign, Daddy?"
Highway code. I was carried a copy of the highway code.
But you
because I forgot what I was doing.
But you would make up. You would make up what the signs meant, and like the one with the guy digging, you would that's a guy putting an umbrella up.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'd never found anything more hilarious in my life. I must have only been 6, 7.
Yeah.
But I remember that. Oh, I love those moments.
You were easy to please in those days.
Well, I still am. Doesn't take much to get a giggle out of me. But I don't know if that's my fondest memory, or between, again, this is getting Grandma and Grandad involved, between your house in the Midlands and where Grandma and Grandad used to live in Tamworth.
Oh, yeah.
The bridge.
I was trying to remember the other day.
I was
in this vehicle.
It was Uncle Steve.
Was a Ford Explorer. Do you remember that heap of crap Ford Explorer?
Wasn't Uncle Steve in the car?
It was Uncle Steve, and it was my niece and nephew, wasn't it? Your cousins, Brittany and Dallas. So, guys, you just triggered the whole thing. So at least this Ford Explorer, this wise guy Ford salesman, said this is such a deal. And do you know what? This was like, so how old were you? This was about 15 years ago, wasn't it? Right? So if you probably, if you're a car fan, you remember this Ford Explorer that was briefly in the UK. They're not anymore. £180 a month it was to lease this thing, no deposit. Oh, it's a bargain. It's a big car SUV. It's like a Range Rover, this thing. It was nothing like a Range Rover. It was assembled by, I don't know, blind people. It is grumbling V6, and it was horrible. But this humpback bridge, anyway, so very, very sharp humpback bridge. You used to call it a hunchback bridge, didn't you?
Oh, we all know that I've always been challenged with the English language.
Yeah. So with this massive hunchback bridge on the way to my mum and dad's, Victoria's grandma and granddad's. I said, come on, let's see what we can do in this. So 75 mile an hour hit this hunchback bridge. I swear to God, I thought this Explorer was never going to land. We must have flown, 200 metres? 200 metres through the air, with all the kids in the back going, ah!
We were flying. All of our butts were off the seats.
I know. You exit the ceiling. This thing landed,
Oh.
bounced like 5 times, like Tigger. Right? Ba-doinda, 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 ba-doinda. Oh, that was never going to stop bouncing. I'm hanging onto the steering wheel thinking, which way shall I point it? And there's a roundabout coming up, wasn't there? There's this tiny little bit of road for us to land safely on.
Land safely, this is an aeroplane.
And then a roundabout. We just made it on the door handles around this roundabout.
Oh,
That was funny. That was funny.
but we did it again. I think it was just you and I in the car, and we managed to scrape the whole bottom of it. But we just about landed in time, because there was just ahead, between the Hunchback Bridge and the roundabout, there was a traffic jam.
Yeah, I can't.
What were we in? I want to say we were in a BMW. Were we in a BMW? I remember we scraped the whole front of it.
I remember the ABS. I remember that vehicle that we scraped the front on that landing. I had an awkward discussion with the leasing company when they came to collect it, because they go around underneath with torches, check all the bits to make sure you haven't landed after any hunchback bridges. And he spotted it. This guy, I have no idea what that is.
What car was it though? Was it a BMW of some sort? I want to say, was it a 3 Series?
No, I had a few 3 Series.
Yeah, I feel like it.
One of these days I'll make a list of all the cars I've had. I must have had 60, 70, I guess, maybe something like that.
And if you had to have one of them, only one of them, again, which would it be?
The TVR Cerbera 4.5.
Really? I didn't think you say that.
More so than the Ferrari, definitely. The Ferrari was too precious to be silly with, if that makes sense.
But you had two. You had a 355 and then you had a 360, right?
But the Cerbera, you could just be silly with it. And it had no traction control, no ABS. So it was just a hairy ass man's car.
It was just you.
Just an engine with wheels on, basically.
So let's see what's going on here. So, Manilva RS, right, okay. Fez is saying I trashed the wheel on his Beamer, which I didn't, we all know, but fine. Brett, did you hear the 4th generation Focus RS being cancelled? Yes, it's not coming out. Even though Fez is still convinced, but I don't think it will. Purple saying, how's the M4 going, Fezzer? I guess not driving it much, no. Yay for Leeds. Hey, Spagfoot, yay for Leeds. My dad's a Yorkshire lad.
Hey, bygone, bloody hell. You're right, Sam.
Fez is saying, Victoria's the only person I know that can drive, talk, text and shout at the drivers all at the same time.
Yeah, but just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Exactly. Yeah. Fezzer got stopped for speeding. Fezzer got stopped for speeding yesterday.
What?
Fezzer? What the hell's the matter with... It was an off-duty policewoman in another BMW. I thought she was trying to race me.
I just thought you were up for it, love. Right until the moment when the blue light came on.
I thought it was a courting exercise. Simon saying, who's the best driver, father or daughter? Well, I'm sure my father has a hell of a lot more experience. He's very, very good driver. So I'm gonna have to go with father, but I'm a third. I would say Dad, Pheasant, and then me.
Anyway, I mean, I think round a racetrack, I'd be quick to Victoria, because Victoria's never been on a racetrack. All these things are learned skills, aren't they?
They are. Very true.
So I don't know.
Simon's saying you should have your own YouTube channel as well.
What would I talk about?
No, we should do. We're gonna do. I think we're gonna do twice a month. We should do a podcast and just get it all out there.
That Explorer story is going to come out again. I think that's a good story.
It's a very good story. Spagfoot saying Leeds is sunny today, Mr. Cooper. Tell everyone it is possible.
Yeah.
My dad is from Shrewsbury. Where's Shrewsbury? That rings a bell.
Well, it's not so far. It's a bit just round the Midlands.
So
I'm in Sutton Coldfield now, ladies and gentlemen, by the way.
Can you say it with a Birmingham accent, please?
Royal Sutton Coldfield. I'm in Birmingham now.
Are you in Birmingham?
It's great. It's great. The weather's great.
I only go over to Birmingham to go to my dad's house.
to be fair, I love it. To be fair, I love it here. It's great.
Oh, hilarious.
Oh, dear.
Right, well, we've been at this for 34 minutes, so I'm going to let you actually get back to having a Sunday with the family.
Good.
Thank you very, very much for joining us, Johnny boy.
By the way, can I ask them to take a photo? Because I want people on my side on this. I think we're doing this the wrong way around. I think we should both be holding our phones in landscape so we fill the screen better. What do you people think? Do you prefer portrait or landscape? So here's me going landscape. But you can't go landscape, can you, Victoria?
Exactly, Johnny.
I think landscape shows people more of who we really are.
Well, they've seen a lot of me. They've seen a lot of me already, boys.
So what's the vote? Portrait or landscape? And we'll decide next time.
Fez, shut up. Fez, delete that. Fez, delete. Can I delete? I can't delete your comments.
Landscape be better, Fez says. Your daddy's right. Exactly.
Remove.
Fez.
I can remove that. Fez, your dad is
Fez,
right.
high
Remove.
five.
I can't see. I can't see what Fez said. There's no message.
No,
from
he says
Fez.
landscape be better.
Where?
And he did. He did say that it's still there. And listen, you can't do this because we all know what Fez has said. Because I've said the words and I've read it. You can't
Delete
my words.
Oh, I can. Just watch me.
Fez has said your dad is right.
I'm
Your
great at
dad
editing.
is right, Victoria.
Listen, deleting
Right.
Fez's message is brutal. Listen, the thing is, the other day I had Fezza between my legs, right? I can't do that today because I'm wearing a dress. But if I were to place you between my legs,
That would be just wrong. I would be just wrong. No.
it would be totally wrong. If it's not in the chat, it never happened. Exactly, Simon. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Oh, ridiculous. Right.
All right then.
Thank you very much for
We'll
joining
leave
us,
it to your
Johnny.
Sundays, you beautiful people. Thank you for joining in.
What's your Facebook and Instagram and whatnot if anyone wants to find you to continue on this conversation?
Oh, holy crap, they totally should. Well, the only thing I want people to do is join the Facebook group. It's called Johnny, J-N-N-Y, Hates Marketing. Johnny Hates Marketing.
Do you? Do you hate marketing?
Johnny Hates Marketing.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I just have something before you go. That
I love what it creates for
that
us,
one.
our lifestyles, but I don't like it.
I want to show everyone something.
Go on.
Oh, you got a book, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
My dad wrote
Let's-
a book. He
Let's
did.
fill the screens with these books.
He did.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm very proud of. So if you
Exactly.
guys
So
want
you
to know
go-
more, hit me up.
Yeah, Johnny Hates Marketing on Facebook is the group. Join it, and I'll see you there.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, Father. It was beautiful to have you on.
It's a pleasure as always. What can I say?
And let's speak. Do you guys think we look alike? It's the eyes. It's the nose. It's definitely the nose. I have you to blame for this monstrosity.
That's my mother's nose. It's the Collinson nose.
Oh, bless her. Right, we'll speak tomorrow and put some ideas together about this this podcast. I'm excited about it.
Perfect. Let's hit the ground running. And Simon Cookie's definitely going to subscribe, I'm sure.
Exactly. All right, Paps. I'll speak to you later.
All right, beauty.
Love you. Bye. Oh, how funny. There we go, guys. You've met him. Johnny Cooper is the right character, isn't he? If anyone else wants to join, let me know. Let me know. Otherwise, we're going to call it a wrap. Thank you from your number one fan. Oh, Simon, you're so funny. Have a good Sunday, Mr. Cooper. It's like the Twins movie. I know, right? Very cool dad. He's all right. He's a funny lad, I tell you. We've got some stories to tell, and we always have a right laugh together, which is good. So, a bit of info, just so you know what's going on. That was extremely uplifting. It was, Father. Thank you. So today we are starting week 7 of lockdown, and we have a couple of weeks left probably, but as of from the 2nd, we're being told that we're going to be allowed out to walk in the street, which is going to be amazing. You know, a lot of people are getting very excited about that because we've been locked inside and without being able to walk or anything like that. As you guys know, I have been having the odd sneaky run every now and again to keep the gains going. Because I live in the middle of nowhere, but all of my friends who live in, in the centre of cities and whatnot are not having the best of times. So hopefully we will be able to go out walking and little by little get back to some sort of normality. But it is going to be a strange summer here, I'll tell you that. Thanks all for the invite, and thanks to all the commenters. I know they're amazing, aren't they? I have a great group of people. Petrol cheap there as well. You know what? Ratatouille. I shall tell you. I don't know. Maybe Fezzer can tell us because he's been venturing out a little bit more than I. But I filled my tank up in my new car when I got it, which was what, 5 weeks ago? I think. Yeah, 5 weeks ago. And I still have half a tank because I haven't been anywhere, so I have no idea what the price of petrol's doing. But it should have dropped, no? Isn't that what's going on in the world? I do love how you followed the story of Hunchback Bridge 75 with the statement of he's a very good driver. Yes, we both lived Spagfoot, but it was touch and go then a few times. That I used to love that bridge. I was always nervous. I remember driving towards it, and then once we were up in the air, every time the wheels were taken off the floor, the ground, the tarmac, the road, every single time. Oh, you just get this feeling in your stomach of like, oh, I'm gonna puke, and then I'm gonna die, and then we all survived. And then I think it was more dramatic on the way there than it was on the way back. I think the angle was different on the way back, but either way, it was amazing. I used to love that. Right, guys, we've been at this for 40 minutes, so I think I'm going to let you all get on with your lovely Sunday. I can see Fezzer's been here. It was downhill on the way there, I know, that's it. So thank you all once again for joining. My plan for next week is to do a Zoom call, right, with you all. I have no idea how to do this. I do have a Zoom account. I upgraded it the other day when I was trying to do the YouTube live, but I haven't used it. So if anyone can help me with that, that would be amazing. What I don't know is how I'm going to get out the Zoom code. Because you get a code, right, when you set up a Zoom call. How do I send that out to you all? Because not all of you follow me on Instagram. Oh, Fezzer. Bless him, he's feeling all left out. Let me see what I can do, Fez. Let me see. Bless you, child. Where are you? There we go. Let's see if Fezzer can help with this. I'll sort out your Zooming. Oh, thanks, Pops. Oh, hello. I was just about to call it a day and I saw you. There we go. He's here.
I know, it's just trying to... I was just trying to find your number and I couldn't find it anywhere.
Fezzer in the house. It's in our chat. If you go to our chat, it's there.
Yeah, no, I can't remember you got asked about petrol prices. I did actually go and fill up yesterday for the first time in about a month.
And?
But I forgot to check the price.
How much did you pay? Did you pay more or less than normal?
I can't remember. I was more thinking about the fact that there was nobody around and like that you have to go and ask for gloves before you fill up and stuff like that. There's like a different routine now.
You're like a chocolate teapot.
Yeah, so it was just a bit weird. And so I didn't even think about checking the price. And I've just realised I phoned the receipt away this morning. But
God damn it.
But I don't know. I'm always of that attitude of like, well, if you've got to fill up, you sort of got to fill up. It's regardless of the price, no?
Well, yeah. I mean, we can't hoarder it, right? We can't hoard a petrol, even if it was cheaper now. I can only fill up the tank.
Well, the funny thing was, this week the price of crude oil tanked.
Yes.
It actually went minus.
Yeah.
They would actually pay you to take it away. Because essentially they didn't have anywhere to store
it. They didn't have anywhere to store it? How ridiculous.
So I was like, well, I've got some space in my storeroom here. I'm happy to take some off their hands, you know?
I've got a garage space. We can fit at least, I don't know, a dozen in there. Just park outside. But how ridiculous was that? But that's part of the economy that I'd just never understand. Because a few months ago, they were saying, oil's going to finish and then we're going to be stuck with electric cars and we better start thinking about it now and all of this. And now all of a sudden they're like, we ain't got nowhere to store it. We've got too much.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Fuck knows what's going on. Crazy. So Zoom next week, are you going to join us or are you busy?
Well, we can go out next week. I might actually be going for a walk at some point.
Can you imagine? Well, the first the first rumours, not rumours, because it was actually someone from the local town hall saying that in Marbella they were going to reopen the seafront and the beaches.
Yeah.
So that people with children under the age of 14 could
Yes.
go, but only people who lived within a kilometre from the beach.
That's right. Yeah. I know.
How unfair is that?
Imagine if, but the thing was, I thought, what if today you've just turned 14 in one day or something?
I know.
You can't go.
Can you imagine?
You're too old to go.
You're too old to go. Or if you live like the kilometre away, is that kilometre by road or is that a straight line kilometre?
I don't know.
Because if it's a straight line kilometre, I'm probably just over that. And I was thinking of dressing my dog up as a child or putting him like in a pram. I'm like, hey, I'm just pushing my pram. Be really awkward if he pops his head out all of a sudden though. I'd be like, fuck, there's an ugly kid. Here's the dad, Chewbacca.
Oh man.
So I've had a few people ask me about your speeding fine.
Well, it rained a bit yesterday, and I came out my urbanisation sideways, and I continued that sort of, because the road was empty, so I was just like enjoying, the oversteering everywhere. It was just, the car was just sliding everywhere because it was a bit damp. And then this BMW approached me quite quickly, and I thought he wants a bit of a race. And then so I put my foot down, and then he was like catching up with me. I was like, bloody hell, he's going quick. And then she pulled up beside me with a police badge going full over.
Oh no! It's just that moment where your heart sinks, isn't it? Your heart just sinks.
She was right bollocking.
Did she? What did she say? Share with us.
I said I was just trying to lose you. I said because I thought you were going to be one of those that just sticks to my bumper. I get it all the time. It's really annoying, and I thought I'd lose you and then slow down. That's why I've allowed you to catch me up because I slowed down again. So anyway, she wasn't happy at all. She was going nuts. She took my registration number down. I don't know if I'm going to hear back from the police or something. Who knows?
But did you actually get a fine?
I wasn't even going that fast, by the way. It's just that because it accelerated so fast and it sort of squirmed everywhere, it probably looked worse than it was.
That's what happens when you drive M4s, though.
It is, yeah. I went straight on the classifieds today, and I was looking for something slow because the printer was broken down. So I'm getting closer. Yeah.
Can it be resuscitated?
It's an electrical issue, but I was trying to work on it yesterday, but I got bored, so I'll probably fix it tomorrow. It looks like it's an earthing issue.
Well, as long as it's fixable. It's a good little car, that one. I remember, I was feeling a bit full of air and bloated on the day that we tried it, but it's a lovely car.
You weren't yourself, that was for sure.
I wasn't myself. Anthony's saying, Fezza, how was your speeding fine? Oh, we've just gone into that. So you never got her number then? No, he's not on the market anyway, Purple. He's not in the market for picking ladies up anymore. Not like he was before. Spagfoot, when you're winning the race and always cheat by turning on the blue lights. And the rat, yes, Fiat electrical issue. That's a one-off, isn't it?
That's a first, yeah.
That's never happened before. I must say though, I can't complain at all with my Fiat. The Fiat that I had back in the day, the sport version of what you have, I never had an issue with it until the turbo went. But that was like 6 years into having it or something.
Yeah, this one doesn't have a turbo, but yours was diesel.
Mine was diesel. It was a multi-jet.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a good little car, to be honest, and I use it all the time because I can't park the Beamer at work because it's too big.
So first world issues for you. Bless you. Bless my heart, please.
It's driving the little thing. It's quite cool. You can chuck it about quite a lot. It's quite good fun, actually, because it hasn't got a lot of power, but it's, so it can't get you into the trouble that the BMW can. But
with undercover policewomen. I love this story.
The road was so quiet. I mean, it was like 2:00. The Spaniards disappear after 2 anyway because they're eating. And so the roads are really quiet. And I was just on my way to the supermarkets. And I was just like, whoa, enjoying these wet, sort of damp roads, Anyway.
Fezza could be the next James
Sat here
Bond.
with There's a cap on, but it's just because it's white and it's quite sunny today for a change, and it's quite a good cap to wear in the sun, by the way.
You're
I don't
looking.
normally just sit at home.
You do. You walk around home with it on. I know. I've seen you. Your daughters have told me. They're like, please help me. I need to get it off him. It's starting to smell. So I'm sleeping with it on. It's a lovely cap. I resorted to wearing one today because I was sunbathing outside and I didn't want to put any makeup on. So I just thought if I wear a hat, put my hair down and smack some lipstick on, I'll look alright. Wearing your own branded cap is true boss move. Exactly, Johnny. Exactly. We should send my dad one. You'll get a cap.
I've still got a few more anyway. I've still got a few more in the office. So
Yeah.
I need to do some competition or something, give away a few at some point. But
They are lovely caps. Like, joking aside, it's a really good quality cap. Normally when you get freebies, they're really crap.
Yeah. No,
I'm not wearing his for fuck's sake. I'm not wearing his for fuck's sake. It's not very nice, Johnny. We're meant to be, it's a community, we're meant to be supporting each other for fuck's sake. He does hate marketing though, so. You could be the next James Bond, apparently, according to Simon Cook. I can see that. Oh, Simon Cook. Cap for #1 fan. Simon, right, I'm not being funny. You got to pick a side, mate. Simon has to pick a side because he's selling me out constantly. He was my #1 fan yesterday, now he's yours. He was my dad's earlier too. Loyalty, Simon. Mine has pride and place on a shelf in my games room. Purple. Purple's the cutest, man. I will. When we get to 3,000 followers, I'll get some done. I'm currently on 2,500, I think. When we get up to the 3,000 and we get out of here and pick it all up a little bit, we'll...
Yeah, we need to get doing some good car reviews, you know, some good... I was thinking about it the other day, and I thought I actually miss not going and trying to, you know, doing... Because we have a good laugh, actually, when we do some of those videos, you know, so... we need to try and get some interesting cars and have a good laugh.
No, the thing with our videos is we only show like about 10 minutes of the footage, but there's like the days prior where you know, I'm telling you what car I found for us this week, and then talking about what we're going to wear, and then the actual getting there, seeing how ridiculous we look in whatever attire we've chosen for that weekend, and then the filming, and then the, you know, it's like a whole thing, isn't it? And I miss all of that so much.
Yeah, but what most people don't realise is there's a significant amount of the footage that is unusable for YouTube because it cannot be... it's not for public consumption.
Well, I still think that one day we should go through that footage every now and again and just get new snippets out and put together behind the scenes, because there's some funny shit. Oh my god, there's some funny bits that just we had to take out because otherwise they were just the videos were too long and you all would have died of boredom. But there's some funny footage. But
there are some, yeah. There's a particular clip I remember when we did the Mercedes AMG. You know what was it, the big thing?
The 4, yeah.
And there was a 30-second clip which is just absolutely hilarious, but it's really difficult to include in the video for the public.
Which bit's that? Is that the bit where
I will send it to you.
Is it the bit where I go for a pee behind the bush?
No. You did this talk for 30 seconds, which is just hilarious, but it's quite rude.
Send it to me and I'll.
Oh my god! I remember watching it. It was hilarious.
I might put it on Instagram.
I'll dig it out today and I'll send it.
How funny. So let's see what else is going on. My dad's ordered 5,000 Johnny Hates Marketing caps. Victoria #1 always good. Good save there, Simon. Purple. But I'm your #1 Aussie fan. First 5 subscribers, almost a year now, that's true. And subscriber Fezza since 2015. That is loyalty, man. Daisy, I don't know where Daisy is. Daisy did send me the picture. I'm not allowed to share it with you guys, but Daisy sent me the picture of her bicep curling. Bicep curling. Very attractive man, actually, I'll have you know. Bicep curling the 355 exhaust. There's a gun picture of him, like, like this. And he's like, you know, it was very impressive. I got it sent on.
Why does he have a 355 exhaust in his living room?
I didn't ask him that. That's a story for another day.
That's what we want to know.
Well, we'll find out on the Zoom. All of these questions and queries amongst our lovely followers are all gonna come to surface. I can't wait in this Zoom call. It's gonna be so exciting. Spagfoot, I'm sure you can get them on some platform with the right editing. Exactly. I think there's a couple of videos at least. It's not the quantity of time, but the quality. Exactly. It's kicking off. I love it. I love how aggressive these Aussies are.
I wonder if it'd be good if I get some time this week. I could do like an outtakes for next week or something. With all the football. The problem is there's a lot of footage to go to.
There's a lot of footage. There's a lot, but there are some funny ones. The first Abath we did, I think there's some. Which was the one that we tried to do the drone? I love that footage. That footage is my favourite.
Yeah, that's what
Oh, that is my favourite footage of you trying to get that bloody drone to work and you swearing in the background and I'm laughing in the camera. Oh, it was just so natural and just hilarious. And then when you slam the car door and the glove box open, fucking slamming doors all over the place. Those first videos were hilarious because we were trying to overcomplicate things and making it as professional as possible. And then we realised that people were just enjoying us with one camera. Daisy. Oh, it's a little odd to hear your name being spoken about while in the kitchen cooking. Daisy is such a good housewife, cooking away. Bless. But we will be asking you the question of the Daisy, and you can elaborate more on it. Hello to you both, by the way. Hi, Daisy. On the Zoom call. So how are we going to do the Zoom call? How am I going to let you know?
It hasn't been very successful.
I know.
Before, no?
I think we need to film it outside of YouTube, so not make it YouTube live. Just do a Zoom call, and then I'll upload it later to YouTube so people can watch it. But for people who want to join, Johnny's going to help us set it up, but I just need to know how I'm going to give you guys the code to join. So maybe on the Saturday, I'll do a quick live on YouTube that stays on YouTube with the code, and then anyone can join. Because not all of you are on Instagram, are you? Not all of you are following the Victoria Cooper YouTube Instagram account. Because if you were, I could just post it on there. But maybe I'll do that. Maybe on Saturday I'll jump in, give you guys the code on here, on YouTube. And then take it from there.
You can leave it as a comment as well in the community tab. You can leave it as a comment in the feed.
Nobody bloody watches that. I've been posting stuff all week. I've got like 3 likes on it. I hate you all.
Yeah, but I'm the same. I don't get any. If I put something on there, it doesn't get any.
I was hoping it'd be super interactive. I was getting shite all from you. Trying to guess the car is fun. Should be more. I know. It's just YouTube or Instagram. Okay. If you can now go out, you can both meet up. No, I don't think we can.
I don't think so.
It's literally, they're just allowing you out as of from the 2nd, which is when? Next week. They're literally just allowing you out to go for a walk. By yourself. No?
Yeah, or with people who live with you.
Yeah,
so
but
you can go with your family if they live with you, and it'll probably be only a short distance from your home.
Yeah, exactly. You can't drive anywhere. You couldn't like drive to Puerto Banús and go for a walk around Puerto Banús with your kids. It's like within a radius from your home.
Yeah.
I can't keep up, me. I can't keep up. None of it makes any sense. I just want to be allowed out for restaurants. I want restaurants to open back up again. But anyway, that's going to be a funny one. I'm going to make a video of that because if they take any longer, Lydia, who I did the I8 video with, we're going to borrow my neighbour's van. We're going to go down and to our favourite sushi place, which is just at the bottom of my road. She's going to drive there with her car. We're going to get a takeaway because the sushi, you can only get takeaway. Get takeaway and eat it in the back of the van. That's our plan. That's how desperate we're getting with all of this.
Oh, you can't do takeaway. You can only get a delivery.
No, they have takeaway. At the sushi, they have takeaway, yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, some places are doing that. There's a couple of Indian restaurants around here too that are only doing takeaway. You can't, they don't deliver.
Well, I'm doing a barbecue today.
No, you know.
Yeah, I've got my barbecue ready.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, I'm going to make myself some cauliflower cheese, I think. Cauliflower cheese and some fake meatballs is what I fancy. Trying to guess the car. Right. Oh, Manilva RS says that his internet's gone down for some reason. Oh, well.
Okay.
Oh, well. You missed anyway, Manilva. On that note, I'm going to go. I'm glad we got the Zoom sorted. I'm glad we found a way to do it. I will send you all the code on Saturday next week. I'll post a quick vid on YouTube and on Instagram. And then that's going to be super exciting, right?
Yes.
That's going to be super interactive because instead of just us talking to you all through the chat, we're actually going to be able to hear each other's voices and talk and...
Yes. That'd be good, actually. Okay,
I
cool.
think so. All right, guys. Well, have an amazing week, Fezzer. I miss you, mate. Cannot wait to give you a little squeeze. You know, just a little.
Well, luckily, I'm not. There's still less of me to squeeze, so that's good.
I don't care. I liked you when you were fat
I've
too.
been good. I've been good.
I
Cool.
can't say
Okay,
the
well,
same.
have a great day.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Mwah. See you all next week.
See you later.
How exciting! Bye.